Hey, what's up? This video is what I think about astrology. I don't know anything really about astrology. I haven't read any books. If anybody knows of something I can get on the internet for free, I'd love to know about it. And then turn it into MP3 and listen to it. But I do believe it. It's real. I subscribed to, oh my God, I can't remember. Duh. Oh my God, I can't remember who it was. I'll put it in the comments because I'll remember within a couple of minutes. But Christopher Witeki is his name. Just YouTube it. And they have every single day. He has updates, and I do the Capricorn one every single day. And his is like 2.5 minutes for Capricorn, 2.5 3 minutes for Capricorn, and he does every single one. And then he does star weather for like all the signs, and he's like, yeah, moon's here, this is that, and so it's kind of like a good tells you how you're supposed to be feeling and all this stuff. It's really cool. I would, but I would like, and if anybody watches this video and knows, I would like to know if there's like a website or even a calendar I could buy that has the whole placements of all of the planets. Maybe it's or astronomy. Maybe it's just an astronomical book or website I could go to, so that I could know where all of the planets are at any time, from throughout the year. Because I want to learn astrology. Astrology is scientifically astrology is the placements of the planets in the cosmos. And planets, the cosmos is this big space, is this big empty space. So when you have a planet out there, it's a beacon for the energy that passes through. The energy does pass through from the center of the galaxy, center of the universe, center of the galaxy, through black holes, through our planets. So it does depend on where planets are, has effect on our lives. And this is scientific too. For example, there is one astrologer I heard on Coast to Coast, I can't remember his name, but there are actual scientific tests you can do. If Uranus is in alignment with the Earth, then like a little liquid solution of copper won't freeze as quickly. It'll stay liquid for that period of time, where it'll freeze quicker throughout the other ones. And there's a couple of other interesting scientific experiments, and I'd like to read up on that because it proves that how it will affect stuff that happens. Now, one thing about the placements of cosmic things is the moon. That word lunatic is not there by accident. We've always known that the moon, when it's full, can make people crazy or affect how people are, and it affects me big time. It is like night and day, I swear to God. Every time there's a full moon, I am not sleeping. I am up the entire full moon, and unfortunately, I have never taken advantage of that, maybe because I've just never been in the right place. But, when I start living out of my car, I definitely will, go and do trips on the full moon. Go, mountain biking or whatever on the full moon. Because you can see good enough to move around. Because I can't sleep anyway. I literally can't sleep on the full moon. I don't sleep on the full moon. Now, why is that? I mean, it can't be the same thing that causes the tides. The moon is in the same place, but there's more light coming through the moon from the sun. So I'd like to figure out scientifically what that is. I don't know if anybody's actually figured that out, but it's just an example of how astrology is real. And I'm not one of these people who has a intuitive understanding of astrology, like a lot of people. But a lot of people really are into it, and because of the fact that all these other people, understand it, means that it's real also. It's not a false science; it's a real science. It's, I think, modern mainstream academia, like if you look on Wikipedia, would list it as a false science, and it shouldn't be listed. It always has been listed as a false science. One interesting thing is that astrology exists in every culture and I think every star sign and everything. And somebody should do research, and if anybody does, I'd like to know. But all the signs mean the same thing for all the people. Mars always is masculine and warmth. Venus is always feminine and love. And then another interesting thing, I mentioned this before, is Venus is made out of copper, mainly. Women's bodies are made out of copper, mainly, comparatively. Whereas Mars is made out of iron, and men's bodies are made out of iron. So how did we know that? Men are hard, women are soft. Iron is hard, copper is soft. So it's really interesting. But it's also been something that's very ancient and gone back since the beginning of time. And we've all had knowledge of it and interested in it, and considered all the planets to have the same meaning throughout all the cultures since the beginning of time. So where did it come from? A combination of all the reasons. Aliens coming down, teaching it to us, and then passing it on through the years, written in sacred books. And then coming past, and then people intuitively knowing, communicating with their higher selves and knowing. But I really do want to learn astrology and astronomy. Learn it both. I think it should go hand in hand. If nobody's teaches astrology along with astronomy, that would be cool. So yeah, if anybody knows of any cool websites where it shows the placements of planets throughout the year, I'd really like to know about that. Or free books I can download and turn into MP3. So that's that. What I think about astrology. I believe it. Okay, later.